And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
Prism is a game in which players are trying to collect colors. It's a card game. It comes in one of those annoying tuck boxes where you have to figure out how to get the score pad and the cards inside, but it's based on the idea of a prism changing a beam of white into its spectrum of colors. It's about the 6 different colors, the violet, blue, red, green, yellow, and orange, and collecting those. And I guess I'm trying to make this sound more interesting than the theme is. It's really just about colors and getting all the colors, and then you win the game. This could also be called a form of Uno. Maybe. No, Uno's not a good word for it. I don't know. We'll take a look at the game and then I'll talk a little bit more about what I think. There's a big deck of cards that players will be drawing from over the course of this game. And so you're going to have a handful of cards on your turn, and you're going to be playing one of these cards in front of you each turn. You'll draw a card at the beginning of your turn, and then you just play one. Alright? And then the rules say if you forget to draw, too bad for you. Well, whatever. Anyway, so most of the cards that you can play are color cards. And you can see there's blue and orange and purple and yellow and green and red. There's 6 different colors. It was all 6, right? Yes. 6 different colors. And in case, if you look carefully at the card, you can see, we'll take a, I don't know if the camera will focus, but if you can't tell the color, the name of the card is written in the background. Red, 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 red. Okay, good. So one of the things you can do in your turn is you play a card in front of you. Yay! Now I have a red in front of me. You can only have one of each color in front of you. You can also play this awesome wild card, and you can also only have one of those, which is kind of a bummer when you draw an extra one, but what have you. Now, you can only play a wild card if you already have a card in front of you. You can also only play these action cards if you have a card in front of you. This lets me steal a card from the person on my right, any color I want. Haha. This lets me steal a card from someone on the left. This lets me steal a card from anybody. And then there's 3 more cards that do the same thing, but these 3 cards allow the player then to take another turn after their first. A few other cards. This one just lets me kill someone else's card in play. You have a green card? Well, no longer. And then this one forces someone else to draw 2, or I can draw 2, and this one stops me. So you keep this. Someone's going to zap your card? Oh, no, you don't. Someone's going to steal a card from me? Oh, no, you don't. And you just keep saying, oh, no, you don't, until you run out of these cards, and then you can no longer say that as you watch them zap you. The first person to get all 6 colors in front of them, or 5 colors in a wild, wins the game. You will find as you play, especially if you play with a lot of people, that this will take forever and a day, mostly because people will just keep zapping and moving cards away from the person who's winning. But eventually, somebody will win. A sigh of relief will be thrown up by the crowd, and the game is over, and that person's won. No, that's not true. Actually, the first player to score 50 points is the winner, and the way you get that is you get 1 point for each color you've collected, and 1 point for each card still in your hand. Isn't that exciting? No, it's not, because that means not only you're playing 1 round of this, but you're playing many, many, many rounds. So you just keep going through the cards and drawing until you get lucky and win. You have to realize that I think colors are cool, and I think that's a good idea for a theme. But honestly, if I had a roof, Prism would be getting thrown off of it. Well, I do have a roof. If I had a roof I could climb onto, Prism would get thrown off it. We'll do it ceremoniously. Doesn't have the same feel, because it's really not a good game. You are sitting there, you draw a card, you will get to the point many times in the game where there's nothing you can play. You can't, and what possessed them to make the rule that you cannot steal from someone unless you already have a card in your hand, a color in front of you? Really? Why? Why do you have to have a card to steal from someone else? Because what that means is, one guy will have 3 cards and he sees someone else and that person has a card, and every turn you steal from them and there's nothing they can do about it. They just got to play another card, or worse yet, have nothing else to do in their hands. It's really annoying. It's a really annoying game because you're going to draw and say, can't play this or I can play this, but there's no joy here. There's no joy in Prism. The designer here has struck out. It's just not going to work because all you're doing each turn is drawing a card, and then you look at your card and say, I guess I'll play this one. Boom, haha, I took your red. Boom, you took it back. Boom, you killed it. Yay! Is it over yet? Long, tedious game. I'm sorry, I can't recommend it.
Thanks for joining us today. For more written, audio, and video reviews, as well as the #1 board game podcast, check out the website at www.thedicetower.com. Until then, this is Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower.